This is a modest effort to spread DVG's teachings beyond the boundaries of language. Any limitations in the language, vocabulary and proficiency should be excused. ಸುರಪಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಧಿಸುತ ವಸಿಷ್ಠ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆ ಧರೆಯೊಳದರಿನ್ ಹರಿಶ್ಚಂದ್ರಂಗೆ ತಪನೆ ಬರುವುದಿಂದೆತ್ತಣಿನೋ ಬೇಡದ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಕರುಮಗತಿ ಕೃತ್ರಿಮವೋ ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮ. The biggest question which humanity has asked for generations, irrespective of caste, creed and nationality is, why bad things happen to good people? When some unexpected grief occurs, we ask ourselves, what did I do to get this bad omen? What did I do to get into this extremely disturbing situation? DVG in this Kagga is telling, you may not be fully responsible for whatever things happen to you. For that, he takes a beautiful example of a heated discussion which sparks between two legendary sages, Vasishtha and Vishwamitra. To go into the meaning of each word, Surapasabheyali, Sura means divine entities or devas as opposed to asuras or demons. So, in Indian mythology, they believe there are two polarities of cosmic existence. On one side, we have divine entities called suras or devas, and on the other side, we have asuras or demons, which represents evil in this cosmic existence. Surapasabheyali, sabhe means an assembly or a convention. Surapasabhe means in the conventions of divine entities, or for a better understanding, we can call it Devaloka. In Devaloka, there was heated discussion between Gadhisuta and Vasishtha. Spardhe means competition. Vasishtha and Vishwamitra were traditional rivals. So in Indraloka, because Indra is the head of all divine entities, right? So that's why he is called as Devendra, head of all devas. So in Indraloka, there will be heated discussion between Vishwamitra and Vasishtha. Vishwamitra makes a loud claim that there is no one who is completely truthful in this whole world. Vasishtha retorts, no, you are wrong. There is one person on the earth who steadfastly sticks to the truth. Vishwamitra asks, who is that? Vasishtha tells, there is a person called Harishchandra and he is king also. He is popularly called as Satya Harishchandra. Vishwamitra tells, if that is the case, I will go to the earth and verify your claim. How? I am going to push him through myriads of problems and suffering and see if he is ready to stick to the truth even at that cost, even at that level. So he comes to the ground, and we have seen in very well known movies of Harishchandra how he goes through extreme suffering. He loses his kingdom, he loses his wealth, he loses his son, and in material life he hits the rock bottom, he hits the abyss. But even at that stage, he steadfastly sticks to the truth. Then, as we all expect, there is a happy ending. He gets back everything he has lost. So DVG is bringing that context to equate it to our day-to-day life. What did Satya Harishchandra or Harishchandra did something to get all those extremely disturbing happenings? He didn't do anything. Surapasabheyali Gadhisuta Vasishtha Spardhe. There was a heated discussion between Vasishtha and Vishwamitra in Devaloka. And Dharayoladarim, Dhare means earth. Dharayoladarim. Because of that, on the earth, Harishchandrange Tapane. For Harishchandra, series of tormentations started. So, what is the inference? DVG always makes a big leap of meaning in his third line. Baruvudindettanino bedada prarabdha. Baruvudindettanino. From unprecedented corners of this world or existence, bedada prarabdha, unwanted bad suffering, tormentation comes and strikes your life very hard. It happens. You didn't do anything, but still extremely disturbing things happen in your life. Karmagati kritrimavo mankutimma. Karumagati means karma. The theory of karma, the theory of cause and effect of good and evil actions. Kritrimavo mankutimma. Kritrima means it doesn't have that level of significance as you believe or as we believe. Don't blame yourself for everything that is happening in your life. things can happen and you don't need to be fully responsible for it. So what is the holistic gist of this Kagga? In life, we go through extreme disappointments and deepest griefs for absolutely no defined reason or no defined involvement of ours. Hence, stop blaming yourself for bad karma of the past. Karma, yes, indeed, is a social framework created to reconcile human suffering. It has good intention. If it helps you feel better, you can rely on it. But you don't need to fall into the abyss of perpetual guilt, thinking you have done something wrong in the past or sometime in the past life or something like that, which no one ever can substantiate. If it makes you feel better, go for it. But you don't need to feel guilty, always thinking you have done something wrong. Why? Because DVG is cautioning us here to be careful. If you start becoming vulnerable for too much of these kind of frameworks, DVG's caution here is you might get cheated by people who wants to take advantage of you. Harishchandra had never done any evil, but still his life fell from being a great, generous king to absolute nobody in the material life. How we can apply this to our life? We might have invested quite a lot of money in our stocks. Sometimes stocks plummet. Stock prices fall to the ground. They can have nosedive. Do you need to think I did some bad karma in the past or in my past life, that's why it is falling? No, there might be some extreme recession or there might be some war between two big countries. That's why stocks are falling. You don't need to blame. In January 2020, a flight of Ukraine International Airlines 752 was shot down by mistake of Iranian army. They were thinking it is a missile and they shot it down. Over 150 people got killed in a fraction of a second. When I was going through the slideshow of the debris on BBC, there was a nice photo which was taken of a toy and kid's hand. The question which arises in us when we see those kind of disturbing visuals is, did that kid do anything bad for getting that bad treatment from the divine? Or did all those 150 people who die had done anything bad? Take an example of recent railway mishap which happened in Indian Railways. Over 300 people died. Did they all do something wrong? Sometimes whole state will get affected by extreme destructions like Gujarat earthquake, Rajasthan water drought. So does that mean the whole state have done bad karma? Is there something called state level karma or national level karma? For example, what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945? So when we push these kind of frameworks to the extreme truths, they fall apart. But inherently they are not bad. They have been created to help us reconcile with the fact. Hence, if something bad happens, you should know how to reconcile with it. You can use those karma aspects on a superficial level, but don't push it to the extreme so that you will become vulnerable for people who are ready to cheat you. So, DVG is telling this to all of us, including myself. If you believe in it, it's absolutely fine. But don't pontificate for others. Don't be preachy for others. When someone had come to you telling something bad has happened in their life, have an empathy, have a soft corner. Don't start preaching your philosophy. So, a one-line message of this Kagga would be, bad things happen due to unprecedented reason. Learn to reconcile with them without any guilt. With that, let us revisit the Kagga again. ಸುರಪಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಧಿಸುತ ವಸಿಷ್ಠ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆ ಧರೆಯೊಳದರಿಂ ಹರಿಶ್ಚಂದ್ರಂಗೆ ತಪನೆ ಬರುವುದಿಂದೆತ್ತಣಿನೋ ಬೇಡದ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಕರುಮಗತಿ ಕೃತ್ರಿಮವು ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮ. This was 307th Kagga of DVG's Mankutimmana Kagga.